If you're a manager, your skill sets to manage effectively are critical to the success of the organization and to your team. Let me explain why. So let's think about this for a second. In both scenarios of the market where we have a bull market or a bear market, your skill sets to manage effectively, and when I mean manage effectively, is understanding how to effectively process and execute the resources that you have, both machine, labor hours, and materials to achieve the goals of the organization. When I say effectively, understanding what it's costing you, what the opportunity is, and how you're sustaining that process, right? And also within all that, the underlying item is culture. Never forget culture, all those different things. Now, if you're doing that effectively in both scenarios of the market, then you're making the right decisions objectively to maximize the opportunity and also to manage efficiencies overall. Because remember, in a bull market, you've got abundance. When you have abundance, right, you have a lot of demand. But what you're trying to do is manage that demand with what you have around supply. Then if you do that correctly and balance that correctly, then you're taking advantage of the entire opportunity you have in front of you of the market. Now, on the flip side, where there is some constraints in the market, guess what? Then you understand what you need to do to manage those constraints in the resource that you have. You're not mismanaging anything because you understand both resource allocation, you know how to plan effectively, you know how to properly load schedules and set reasonable expectations around that so that you can manage the team and the work effectively to meet the objectives. Then in both scenarios, the fundamental skills that you possess as a manager to manage effectively are critical to the success of your team and the organization. Because in those scenarios, your skills will come to the surface to see whether or not you're doing this correctly. In both scenarios, like I just said, if you're not doing this correctly, you're gonna get exposed. If people know, it's gonna show. So that's why it's important to have fundamental skills in order to manage the work and resources effectively to meet market demand in both scenarios. So if you like this kind of content, please like, share, and save this video for later.